Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle Handmade Designs, and in this video we are doing a What You Working On Wednesday, and it's a pattern review for the first part of the business series. All right, now listen, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into this pattern review. All right, so if you guys remember from, I want to say the end of January, beginning of February, I did the business jacket, which is Simplicity 9227. So that's what the pattern review will be over. My experience working with this pattern in its complete entirety. Now that I have done both the jacket and the pants, it's just my time to completely come on and do a pattern review and tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever the case may be, right? So let's go ahead and get into the pattern description. So for the pattern description, it is a business jacket. And then for the pants, it says that it is a relaxed fit pants. However, listen, once I did the jacket, I did not do the pants immediately like the next day. I waited a few weeks and then did the pants. So now I know you guys wondering, where's the song, Rochelle, for the pants? The song is coming, so just stay tuned. It will be posted in the next few days. So if you want to see that tutorial, just stay locked for the next few days and I should have that video up for you. All right. So back to the pants. It says that it's a relaxed fit, but it reminds me so much of like a high-waisted flared pants. It reminded me of Mimi G's pattern Simplicity 8985. I did those pants and then I just realized, like, I have a pair of pants exactly like those pants. I'll go ahead and put a picture of those pants that I'm talking about, Simplicity 8985, that I made with a bodysuit. So if you are really wanting to do kind of like a not so relaxed fit, to me, I feel like these pants are fitted in the waist as well as the hip area, and then it flares out towards the knee area. All right, so it's more like I don't even know what word to use, but it's not relaxed fit by no means. It's more like a bell-bottom style, but not so much of a bell-bottom style to me, right? So that is the pattern description. So let's go ahead and get into the notions used for this pattern. So now I'm just going to tell you more about the pants instead of the jacket. Now, the jacket, I did a tutorial for. You can look up and see that tutorial for it. But for the jacket, you only need 1-inch button. And that's it for the jacket. For the pants, you need 1-inch wide elastic in order to create the pants. I did use 1-inch wide elastic to sift mine all the way through. Now you do have another option of, if you want 2 rows of elastic instead of 1, just make sure that you use 1/2-inch elastic and feed it through both casing. Well, both lines of your casing, all right? So that's the notions used for this pattern. Let's go ahead and get into the fabric used. So the fabric used for this pattern, I use 60-inch poly navy poplin fabric. And I purchased the fabric from fabric.com. I purchased a total of 4.5 yards. However, I only needed to use roughly about 3.5 yards in order to create these pants. So I still have about a good yard left. I'm not sure what I'm gonna make. I'll probably just make like a Ogden cami or utilize Simplicity 1366 or something in order to just make a tank top to use the rest of the last bit of that fabric. All right, so let's go ahead and get right on into the pattern pieces that I needed in order to construct this these pants. So the pattern pieces that I used was 10, 11, 12, and 13. So pattern piece 10 is the front, pattern piece 11 is the back, pattern piece number 12 is the pocket, and pattern piece number 13 is your casing for your waistband where you will be inserting your elastic in. It's only 4 pattern pieces, which means that you can use this pattern for the hashtag sewing 5 and below. It is less than 5 pieces. It came together quickly. Like, I spent an hour to the T. I'm just talking about constructing. I'm not talking about cutting. Cutting took me about 40 minutes to cut all the pattern pieces out, which is 4. And then it took me an hour and 35 minutes to sew everything together. Now, remind you, I was filming at the same time while I was sewing these pants together. So with that being said, it took me a total of an hour and 35 minutes to completely sew the pants together. So those are the pattern pieces used in order to create these pants. Let's go ahead and get into pattern sizing. So the pattern runs from 8 to, I want to say 8 to 14, and then 16 to 26. If I'm incorrect, because I don't have the pattern right in my hand, if I'm incorrect, I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen. But that's the pattern sizing that they have. Now, I think that for the pattern sizing, it runs, you know, quite good. You know, it's quite size inclusive. So basically, anyone could pretty much go and get this pattern, no matter if you're a smaller petite woman or you're a plus size woman too. You could go ahead and get this pattern as well. Let's go ahead and get into the size that I cut. Now, for the pants, I cut a size 18 based off of my hip measurement. You guys know that my hips are a 44, so I always go for anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2 inches, no more than 3, depending on the look that I wanted. Now, however, because the back of the pattern reads relaxed fit, I felt like I needed 2 inches. However, I think I should have added another 1/2 inch of ease. Reason being is because it's not super duper tight to where if I sit down, I feel like it's gonna rip. No, it's not that. It's just, it fits perfectly, but I think for me, I would have felt a little bit better having that 1/2 inch seam, 1/2 inch ease in the pants. So, but the size that I cut was a size 18. All right, let's get into modifications. Did I make any modifications to this pattern? No, I did not make any modifications. Now, I did measure from the top of the pants to the bottom to see how long they were. I believe I measured 42 inches, I believe. I can't remember because I measured it quite some time ago. I hate to say that, but I did not sew these pants until this week. Okay, so I just sewed these pants over the weekend. So I believe that I measured 41 or 42 inches. I do apologize. But yes, it was about 42 inches. And I figured that it would be great because I knew I was going to wear some Mary Jane platform shoes with it that I've been having forever and a day. And they're 3 inches tall. So that leaves me at about 39. Well, if I measure from my belly button down, it's about a good 41 inches. So I knew they would not drag the floor, and I was completely okay with that. So yes, that's exactly what I did. And if you're wondering about the hem, I believe that on the pattern it says 1 1/4. I only did 1 inch hem because I did not want to have a flood going on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Those days are over. All right, so I did not want to have my pants flood. For me, with business type pants or anything, I like for my pants to sit right above my shoe. So I don't want it dragging the floor whatsoever and getting dirty. So I make sure, depending on the shoes that I'm going to wear, I always wear anywhere. My heels are always 3 inches or higher, 3 to 5 inches on heels. So I do not have many heels that's under 3 inches. So I always go for anything that's at least 41 inches. Now, when you sew something, and this is just a tip this week, when you sew something like a dress that's going to be flowy and it's going to, you know, you making it to your ankles, make sure you put on the shoes that you know you will be wearing with this dress so your dress is not dragging on the floor, you stepping on it, what have you. All right, so just make sure, if you know majority of your heels are 3 inches, make sure that you put your heels on and then go ahead and measure down. All right, but yes, that is I didn't make any modifications to this pattern. So let's talk about, did it look like the photos or the pattern or the drawings on the pattern itself, the pattern envelope? Yes, it did. Now, I do want to say that it looks like the pattern envelope. However, the pants does not. The jacket, of course, it looked exactly like the pattern envelope. The only difference is I used a plaid, which, like I said, you could look up and see that video. You could also go to the video in the description box below, and I'll go ahead and link it at the very end of this video in the end screen. But the pants did not look like the lady on the pattern envelope. So I'm going to put the picture of the pattern and put my picture right next to it, and you be the judge of that, right? Look at this. All right, so you get what I'm saying, that it does not, and I did not make any modifications. I did not flare out the pant legs, any of that. It just does not resemble what it says on the pattern. The pattern says relaxed fit. It is not a relaxed fit. If you have any comments about what is relaxed and what is not relaxed, look at that photo and you tell me, what do you think of a relaxed fit when you see, a pattern like this. Also, now, it's not a straight fit either. Like I said before, that I feel like it's more of a flared fit instead of a relaxed or straight leg fit. Okay, so just tell me, what do you think this would be? What would you say it would be? Would you say this is a relaxed fit? Would you say it's more like a flared fit pants? What do you think it would be? Just comment below and let me know. All right, so let's talk about, are the instructions easy to follow? For the jacket and for the pants, the instructions are definitely easy to follow. Now, you guys know I have sewn way too many pants that I can count, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I actually, when I started filming the tutorial for these pants, I did look at the instructions, only because I noticed with every pattern I have done this year, the instructions have had a couple of hiccups. So I have been looking at the instructions, highlighting any mistakes that, the intern, I'm just going to say the intern, have made or anything. Like I have said on my previous videos, no offense to anyone, but we just know that I'm not sure why on more of the newer patterns, we are having a lot more mistakes in the newer pattern than the older patterns. Like, you would expect for more mistakes in the older patterns versus the new patterns, because the new patterns, you would think that they have new techniques and new styling and how they produce the pattern or whatever. But I'm starting to see a lot of mistakes in these patterns, not only with the instruction, but also with things on the pattern tissue, missing pattern pieces, what have you. All right. But anyway, the instructions are easy to follow. Let's get into my likes and dislikes for the pattern. There's no dislikes whatsoever, other than if it's a relaxed fit or not. That's the only dislike that I would say. But like I said, this is a very easy pattern. I can see myself making this one more time. And I really want a black pair, because I do have some black pants in my wardrobe that's business attire. And I just feel like I could do these in an hour and a half, making in several colors and mix and match how I choose. So I may be making these pants at least 1 to 2 more times. Of course, the black, and probably in like a khaki, and I'm good to go with this pattern. The jacket, I don't feel like I need to make the jacket again a plaid. The plaid that I use, I can wear it with a black, and I can wear it with these navy blues. So I don't feel like I need to make the jacket again. If I make the jacket again, I would probably make it in a solid or a print, some form of a print. But I think that plaid was a classic, so that's why I went with the plaid. All right, but there's no dislikes for the pattern. It's all pretty much love. All right. Let's get into, would I sew this pattern again? Like I said, yes, I would sew it again. And yes, I would recommend this to others as well. For my beginners, the pants are beginner friendly. You can do this, these pants. The only notion, like I said before, was elastic. So I feel that the pants is basically for my beginners. My true beginners don't feel pressured whatsoever, but you can get these pants done. I'm going to say for you guys, after cutting it out, 2 to 3 hours max. And that's just basically me walking you through the tutorial. It's basically putting on pockets. So the inseam, the side seam, put your casing on, thread the elastic, and you're done. So it's probably about a good 8 to 10 steps. But if you follow my sew along, which should be up this week, you should pretty much have it nailed down. And of course, you guys know that with my sew along, I tend not to go back and forth to the sewing machine after each step. So in my sew along, you will see that I tell you to pin, different sections so you're not running back and forth to the sewing machine. A couple of things that I try to do in my sew along is tell you how you could sew better by cutting several steps out and doing several steps at a time. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that. But yes, I would sew it again. Yes, I would recommend it to others. So let's get into my pattern rating. So for this pattern, I'm going to rate this pattern a 4 out of 5. And the reason why is only because of that relaxed fit. It's not relaxed fit. I love the jacket, 5 out of 5, right? I love the pants, but it just needs to be worded correctly. It's not relaxed fit whatsoever. That's my story and I'm sticking with it. All right. Well, that's all that I have for this pattern review and what you're working on Wednesday. Regarding the pattern sale this week, I do not have that for you right now, but if you pay attention to the community tab, I will post that in the community. I will post that in all of my Facebook groups, and I will also post it on Instagram once I see what that sale would be. But that's all that I have for you in this video. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, keep sewing.